Hello everyone and welcome back to Ewan's Buzz. Today we're going to be taking a look at something pretty interesting. So it's a pretty normal device, but it's built differently for a special purpose. So we'll be taking a look at that today. So we'll be back outside again, because like the microwave, it is pretty big and it's just a tad bit bigger than the microwave. So it's a pretty big piece of equipment. So we're going to take a look and see what it is. It is very heavy, so it's going to take time for me to move it here. But it's actually also right there, but you can't see it. So let's get started. Okay, so this is what we're going to be working on. It is an air conditioning unit. Now, this air conditioning unit is a bit different to regular units. This unit has been specifically designed to go on top of a control panel. So right now, it's actually sitting on top of its air ducts. So it's not going to damage the air ducts because they're flush with the unit. But if I just move all the stuff off the top, and hopefully, you can see, well, you can see what's underneath here. But sadly, I see you cannot. So I'm just going to lower it back down. Now this thing is very heavy. It weighs about 50 kilograms. But let me show you around. So here is a front filter that just lifts off. And this seems to be the outdoor condenser. And as you can see, it's in really good condition. It hasn't been scuffed or anything like that. So that's a very good sign. And it's still got the filter, and the filter is relatively clean. So if I figure out how to put this back on correctly. There we go. So now that is on correctly. But I think during transport or something, this control panel here got bashed. So now the adjustment buttons for these two buttons here have been broken off. But luckily they stayed on, but they were just really loose. So still got them here. So if this unit works, I will work on fixing this. And I don't know if you guys want to see me glue some buttons back on, but just let me know in the comments if you do. So in this video we're going to be testing this unit to see if it actually works. And we'll be testing it for the first time. So I haven't tested it yet, so it's going to be an interesting one. So what we'll be doing is we're going to be taking these wires here and putting a plug onto them. Well, we'll find out which one's the power wire first, which I suspect is this black one because this white wire here has got a door switch label on it and an alarm, normally open, on it. So we will take a look at this cable, a closer look at this one a bit later. So I suspect that this one is the power, but we can maybe take a look at it or inside it if I can get it open, but I can't guarantee that I can, but we'll see. So give me one moment while I try to get it open, and there's no guarantees if I can get it open. So yeah, give me a moment. Okay, so I've undone all the screws and taken the filter off, just maybe the filter might be in the way. And I think we can lift it off. So, here we are. Ooh, something's still connected. Just figure out what is. Okay, it's just a ground wire. But wow. There we go. We're inside. Man, is this thing dusty. Well, now you can see that there's this. I will take the camera and we'll probably have to go handheld in order for you to see what is actually going on here, because this unit is again very heavy, so it's not like I can just pick it up and show it to you. So I will use my air blower to just see that it's thick dust, to try blow it out and see how much dust I can blow out of it. And if I can blow most of it out, then it should be good. But you can see there's a whole lot of fans here. This blower one's pretty cool. But yeah, let me give it a clean and we'll see what's going on inside. Okay, so sorry about that. I was having some audio issues, so I will not take the camera off the stand because that did not end well. It didn't break anything, but it just did not want to work. It was becoming very intermittent and weird. So I'm gonna just carry the camera with the stand. So here is a top view over the unit. You can see it is not just a water cooler or anything like that. It's a proper air conditioner, because there's the compressor down there. Then there's that cool blower fan, which I think sucks air through the front of this grill or this condenser here, passes it through and blows it out the vents at the back there. There's also a schematic at the top, and I'll take photos of the schematics and labels and things and put them in the description if you're interested. I'll see if I can put photos in the description. I honestly don't know if I can. But as you can see down there is the brains of the operation. That little thing must have the relays in it and everything to control the compressor and all of that. So hopefully this still works because, you know, with the microphone and stuff. I know this will probably still work because these are pretty robust things. But let me put it back together and we'll see how this recording turned out. So, yeah. Okay, so here we are, basically where we started off. So I've got the photos of the schematic and the wiring diagrams that I found out inside, that were inside here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to install this plug. It's a nice beefy one for the starting current, which I think is something crazy, like 25 amps for this thing just to start up. So I'm a bit worried that it might trip the breaker, and if it does, then we won't really be able to test it. But I'm holding thumbs that it won't. So yeah, and we've still got this lonely little piece right here. And I will need to put this back on because the rest of this panel here is loose. I still really don't know how, but it must have been hit quite hard or something must have happened. But if I just super glue this back on, I think it should be alright. But now we're going to look at the cables and we're going to look at getting a plug on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to strip the insulation off of this cable, which seems to be a power cable. And I will just double check the schematics and everything and make sure the power cables and all of that is right. And then I'm just going to prep the wires and then we're going to connect it all up and see if it works. So yeah, give me a moment. Okay, so here we are, focused on our plug. And I know in some of my other videos you've seen me wire plugs before, but I just think you should see this, you know, just to make sure you know what you're doing. So the nice thing about plugs is they're usually labeled, but this plug is see-through so you can't see the labels, but I can see them just fine. So this one is neutral, and neutral is blue, and then live, which is on this side here, is brown, and then earth looks like it can be either an E or an arrow-like thing pointing down with a whole bunch of lines going smaller and a circle around it. So you can look for that when also wiring a plug. So I've stripped the conductors to be a bit longer than necessary, as you can see, but we will also be clamping the cable down just to be safe. So let's start with our ground first. So, you know, you just feed it through the hole right here, and I think we're just going to loop it around just to be extra safe. And just know that when looping it around you can sometimes get bits of conductor that have poked your finger, and it is not pleasant. It hurts quite a bit, but it's not unbearably sore, but it still hurts nonetheless. And also, recently this week, you know, if I don't sound the same in this video, I've been sick. So, not with COVID or anything, it's just been, you know, just a common cold. So yeah, nothing to worry about. I'm all good. And sorry, I might have pulled that out of shot, but now we're just wiring up the live. Okay, we're gonna have to work on that a little bit. But once I get all the conductors in, like so, there, that actually went in quite nicely. Now that we see, I'm just gonna tighten the screw down, just so we can get a good grip on the wires. And then once we've got a good grip on the wires, we should be able to just plug this all in and see what it does. Because I'm thinking it's just going to power on. I will have to prop it up though, because remember I said in the start of the video, the air ducts, sorry, are all on the bottom. So that's going to be interesting. Whoops. So also these can pop out as well, so it can make it easier to wire. Sometimes it makes it easier, sometimes it might just make it a little bit harder. But you don't really want little pieces of conductor sticking out, because those are a risk of short circuit, and nobody wants a short circuit. And I'm just having problems with this little one at the bottom here. But there we go. I think it's in. And sorry, you probably cannot see a single thing that I'm doing because my hands are in the way. Because these little pins are quite small to be, fiddling around with. So I'll just stick that back in and just tighten it down nicely. And putting back together a plug is pretty simple, so I'm going to stop the video here and just put the plug back together. And then we'll plug this guy in and see what he does. So, yeah, give me one moment to get the plug back together. And also, before I put that all back together, I took a look at this wire, and this is the other wire. And it turns out it's all already been wired. The door switch contacts have been wired to be closed already, so it should just think there's a door that's closed. And it says the alarm contacts are normally open, so I am just going to put some insulation tape, sorry, I'm trying to get this in shot, some insulation tape on these just to be extra safe, and we'll power it on and see what it does. So yeah, give me one moment to sort this out. Okay, so here is the unit. I have propped it up on some weights that I found that were here at the workshop, and I haven't glued this back on yet. It's just on for now, because it stays on, good enough. And I've also insulated the ends of these cables. You can see here, they've been insulated nicely. And then I've just bundled them up and just put them right here. So now the air should come out the bottom, but there's also a big air intake on the bottom here. So cold air should come out of one vent, and the warm air should go in there. And I know it's a bit pointless me demonstrating an air conditioner outside, but I need to sort out the workshop as it's in a bit of a state right now because of all the other things I've been working on. But yeah, I've wired the plug up and sealed the plug, so that looks all good. I suppose we're going to plug it in now and see what it does. So, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So it's pretty noisy. I don't know if the compressor is going to start. Set. So let me try to get the temperature down. Okay. What's that do? So it seems like there's just one fan running, and it's not the blower, it's just a single fan. And it is the fan that blows out the cool air. So now let's see what we can do here. So it's set to okay, so I can't go below 30, but I can make it go higher. Oh, I can drop it, but it's set to up. Oh no, I just moved it. So I don't know if you click and hold the set button, if it does something. But I will have to figure this out. But so far, it turns on and it's doing something. So yeah, give me some time just to figure it out and see what it does. So yeah, give me a moment. Okay, so I've heated up the thermostat. Let's see what it does when we turn it on. Ooh, we've got a compressor going. Wow, and now there's a lot of fans going. And the air coming out is not really feeling a lot colder. But let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it's definitely colder. But now, as you can see, it's gotten below 30. And it's still plummeting. And now the compressor's turned off, so the unit still works, but it's just, I need to figure out how to set it first. So once I figure that out, I'm sure, I don't know, it will be a good air conditioner. That's all I can say. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry I couldn't get the compressor to run for as long as I'd like it. But, oh well, that's all I can do for now. So, let's see if the thermostat goes below, I think, 30. And if it does, then, well, this unit will be pretty cool. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
So, hey guys, so I noticed at the end of the video, I said I was going to figure out how to get the thermostat to work. And I did. I used Google Lens and took a photo of the thermostat, or the controller, and I found that it gave me the data sheet and everything, and my dad has experience with controllers like that, because it's a proper industrial controller. So he helped me out with that as well. So now I've set it to, I think it can go down to about 15 degrees, 15 to 30, around about that threshold. So you can set it below 20, and then the compressor will run. So just so you know, before I sign off, I did manage to get it working prim and proper. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.